play too.
Oh, yeah. Is it going?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought we'd sit and chat here and see if we can
work something out.
work something out. Yes, yes. See if we can talk about, because you've had such a long career and you've been playing guitar for so long, haven't you? And it's a shame not to recall some of these magic moments that you've had. And you were saying that when you met Jerry Byrd for the first time in Hawaii, that was a pretty magical time, wasn't it? Yeah. And then on that weekend, you would have seen him quite a few times.
Yes, I did.
Or during the week it would have been.
During the week, yeah. So.
And being in Hawaii, is that your first trip to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Was it?
That was.
That's magic in itself, isn't it? Yeah.
I've always wanted to go, but in the day, there was only boats around. There wasn't planes around.
Until a long time later.
Where movie stars used to fly there from Los Angeles, and it wasn't very far from there to go. But it's a long way from here.
Certainly is, yeah. But then, even better, you saw Jerry because when you first went to Hawaii, you were on your way to St. Louis to the International Steel Guitar Convention.
Yes.
And Jerry was also going there.
Yes.
So you had a little bit of time with him in Hawaii.
Yes.
And then later on, and over in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying that on one of the days, Jerry said to you, "Come up to the office."
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I thought he meant the office, So he gave me the number of the room at the hotel where we're staying, a big hotel in St. Louis. And,
so what was the invitation? Can he come up later on?
Yeah, like after you finish.
Yeah.
Come up and just knock on the door. Okay. So I went down there and knocked on the door, and American guy, and I can't remember his name. I don't think he said his name. Jerry heard my voice.
Yeah.
Let that man in. Let that man in. And so he introduced me to all the guys. There was about 15 of us in this room, and all drinking.
Yes.
And that's the office.
Right. Oh dear. All relaxing after a hard day's work.
Yeah, so conversations were going on, and one of the players used to work with Tex Ritter. That's another funny story.
Tell us.
Oh. So anyhow, they were on tour, and one of the guys was sitting on the edge of the bed, and
so they were sharing a room with Tex Ritter.
Yeah. But Tex was laid out across the bed with a sheet over him, and this guy was watching one of his movies.
Oh, on TV at the same time. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyhow, one thing led to another, and he thought he heard a faint noise.
Yes. Bit of flatulence?
Yes.
Yes.
So the sheet went up and came down.
You can say it. What did he say?
Landed on the middle of his bum. And They're funny, you know, once they get a couple of drinks in, they're Americans.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So there's cigars flying everywhere, you know,
Yeah.
drinking and smoking those cigars. Of course, I never smoked, and that was a bit heavy
Yes.
for me, you know. But
So was that the only office
yeah,
sort of gathering that
yeah.
that you had?
Well, they're all mates. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and they're all steel players or bass players and guitar players, you know.
Just
gathering.
like old home
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. And trading licks and all this sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah. And stories, because most steel guitar players played in bands, didn't they?
Yeah, that's
They
right.
were
Yeah,
like Merle Haggard's guitar
Yeah.
player, and
yeah.
another one Ralph Mooney used to play.
Ralph
for,
Mooney, steel player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
used to play with Waylon Jennings,
yeah,
didn't he?
yeah.
And
yeah.
so most of them were connected with somebody big in the
Yeah.
business, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Buddy Emmons.
Yeah,
and,
Buddy Emmons. Well, I met Buddy Emmons on in 69 at the Texas Tavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came over with Roger Miller playing bass, you know. And of course, Buddy Emmons was a hot steel guitar player, like jazz and frightening.
And one of the most well known, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
At the
yeah.
time, yeah. Yeah.
And I got along with Buddy quite well. Had some photos done with him, and so while I'm at the Texas Tavern, Lionel Rose used to come over. I'm a friend of Lionel Rose, you know. Lionel and his wife Jenny used to come up and stand right in front of me. You know, the bandstand's only about that high,
Yeah.
and these big brown eyes looking at you. Kenny, you're not going home early tonight. I said, where are we going? He said, we're going to see Roger Miller. Okay.
Yes. So you met a lot of people through
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
people that you met.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so we went over there and saw Roger Miller. He was just fabulous, you know. And then another time he came up again. I said, who are we going to see tonight? Lionel? He said, we're going to see Roy Orbison. Oh, great.
Wow.
One of my favourite singers.
Yeah.
And Lionel was just a lovely guy, you know.
Yeah.
And
But you know, people warm to you
yeah.
because you're such a lovely guy too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And
And you're lovely, yeah.
and we'll come back another time and talk a little bit more.
Thank
But I just think it's important to have these conversations, and for Kenny's family and close friends and anyone else who's interested. So, thank you.
And in the sunset we go.